welcome once again to Learner's Coach. So I've had some requests from a number of students, especially those who looked at previous videos on the salaries for the nurses interns or nurses intern salaries. So most of them requested that we can also review or have a look at nurses salary and allowances here in Kenya. So that's what has informed me first to write this comprehensive article. So I'll share the link within the description so that also you can always read along, but also prefer to create the video version of the same, so that for those of us who want to listen can do this, can do so. So what are some of the allowances or salary that nurses here in Kenya are awarded or rewarded, right? So if you check on this particular article, I've given a comprehensive approach on understanding these particular salaries. So I will really just go to the various categories of nurses that we have. Remember, we have quite a number of grades or categories of nurses. We have enrolled nurses, we have registered nurses, we have nurses assistant, we have chief nurses or chief registered nurses. There are quite a number of categories of nurses. So holistically, I want to look at all of them, but I'll share this particular link to the website so that you can read along. Now the first one are the enrolled nurses, right? So this category of nurses, they're responsible for a variety of tasks, right? And they're normally supervised by a senior officer. Their tasks include diagnosing, treating minor illness, evaluating people, and many more. Now, under this category of enrolled nurses, you'll find that enrolled nurse 3, who falls under the category of job group G, will always have a salary scale of between 23,000 to 29,000. Let me just use all numbers, right? And of course, enrolled nurses 2 which fall under category of job group H, they earn higher compared to the enrolled nurse 3. Right, with them they earn between 27,000 to 34,000 Kenya shillings. And then you have enrolled nurse 1 category job group J, they earn higher compared to enrolled nurse 2, they earn between 32,000 to 38. We have senior enrolled nurse 2 job group K, they earn between 40,000 to 54,000 Kenya shillings. And of course you have senior enrolled nurse 1 job group L, they earn a salary of between 46,000 to 59,000. Now remember, these particular salaries are subject to change. So maybe by the time you're looking at this particular video, they might have reviewed them either upwards or downwards, right? But for now, these are the latest salaries of these particular nurses. Then we have the nurse aide, right? So nurse aide is just like an assistant nurse, right? So they are always available when some kind of a personal care is required, and with them they earn an average salary of 22,000 Kenya shillings. Then we have also registered nurses, not enrolled this time. So they form the backbone of the healthcare in Kenya, right? So they are the first contact with the patient during admission. So wherever you visit a healthcare center, those nurses who normally ask you for your temperature and everything, they are the registered nurses, right? So with them, of course, they must fulfill some certain conditions. For instance, a registered nurse 3 in group H must have a diploma in the following fields. I've captured them there. They need to be registered Kenya registered community. Anyway, our focus there is mainly the salary. So job group H salary for nurses in Kenya ranges between 39,000 and 44,000 Kenya shillings. And of course, other job groups within the categories of registered nurse are as follows. Of course, registered nurse 3, job group H I've mentioned, 39 to 44,000. Of course, registered nurse 2 job group J, you can see 42 to 47,000. Registered nurse 1 group K earns between 45,000 to 50,000. Registered nurse, a senior registered nurse group J, job group L earns between 50,000 to 54,000. Of course, chief registered nurse, job group M, earns between 54 to 58,000. Principal registered nurse group, job group N, earns between 58,000 to 63,000. We also have now the senior principal registered nurse group P. They earn between 85,000 to 119,000 Kenya shillings. As I mentioned before, they can always be reviewed upward or downwards. So these are the key registered nurse designations that you can always find. Of course, I've already mentioned the chief registered nurse. So with them, they have an average salary of 54,000 Kenya shillings. We also look at nursing officers. This is another category, right? So nursing officers must meet some qualifications, right? But since we just want to understand what their salary is, so we have the nursing intern. Remember, we talked about the nursing officer intern falls under the category of job group J. They earn between 46,000 to 65,000. Senior nursing officer group L earns between 50,000 to 69,000. We have chief nursing officer group M between 54,000 to 76,000. Principal nursing officer group N 62,000 to 84,000 Kenya shillings. We have assistant director nursing services job group P 96 between 96,000 to 129,000 Kenya shillings. Senior assistant director nursing services group Q 112,000 to 129,000. Deputy director nursing services group R 129,000 to 136,000 Kenya shillings. And lastly, within this category, we have director nursing services group S 138,000 to 144,000 Kenya shilling. So if you check maybe the with the SRC, you will get the accurate information, because as I mentioned, they keep on changing with time. Then you have the nurse tutor. This is like the lecturer who teaches in those kind of KMTC, right? So ideally the average of this is nurse tutor is in Kenya is 63,000 Kenya shillings. So let's look at the allowances, right? Apart from the salaries, they also have the allowances. So the allowances are issued according to the job group and are categorized into extraneous, non-practicing, health risk, call and commuter. So the allowances are shown. I won't read everything, right? So you can see the job group together with the extraneous allowances, house allowance, non-practicing allowance, health risk allowance, call allowance, commuter allowance. So you can pause your video and take a look at this table for you to get the information about the nurses' allowances. So that is all that I'll love to share about the nursing salaries or nurses' salaries in Kenya. So if you have any comment, kindly share it down below. Even if you're a student or rather a nurse who wants to share additional information. Should you find this information useful, hit on that like button and always don't forget to subscribe. All right, thanks.